now start with lesson 7. Dans un grand magasin, which means in a big departmental store. In this chapter, we learn contracted articles with the preposition a and the. We will learn the interrogation method with est que, and we will learn a few irregular verbs like venir, pouvoir and vouloir. So first we will start with contracted articles. The contracted articles are with the preposition a, which is a grave, and the with the definite articles, which is le, la, l apostrophe and le. So for example, let's say I want to say the pen of the boy. Of is the, boy is le garçon. Now in French, this the plus le will get contracted to du. So this is a wrong formation. So this is cancelled. The plus le becomes du. So I will write the pen of the boy like this. The plus le contracts into du. Instead of the boy, let's say it was the pen of the girl. So le stylo, the plus la fille. So in French, de la remains the same. Now let's say I want to say the pen of the man. Le stylo de l'homme. So del apostrophe remains the same. So it will be del apostrophe. And the last one, let's say the pen of the females. For example, the les femmes. So this is again a wrong sentence formation. The plus les contracts into they. So my sentence would be le stylo des femmes. So the contracted article with the preposition the will translate into of or from in English. So when I want to say of the boy, if it's a masculine singular noun after the blank, then it would be du. If it's a feminine singular noun after the blank, it would be de la. If it is a noun which is starting with a vowel or h, it would be del apostrophe, and any noun which is plural will be des. So let us look at the examples they have given in the textbook. So the first one, the plus le becomes du before masculine singular nouns. So le chapeau du garçon, the hat of the boy. So in the exam, they will ask you to fill the contracted articles, and the question would be le chapeau dash garçon. So you have to look at the gender of garçon. So it is a masculine singular noun. So your answer would be du. The plus la remains the same. It is before feminine singular nouns. So le pull de la fille, the sweater of the girl. So in the exam, they would have given you le pull dash fille. So you have to look at the gender of fille. So which is feminine singular, your answer would be de la. The plus l apostrophe remains the same, del apostrophe. It is before masculine and feminine singular nouns starting with a vowel or h. So the mother of the infant, la mère de l'enfant. So you have to look at the gender of enfant. So it is masculine, but since it starts with a vowel, it's masculine singular. But since it starts with a vowel, you will write del apostrophe. La mère de la étudiante. Now in this case, étudiante is with an e. So that means it's a female student. But because it starts with a vowel, we will write del apostrophe. And the plus les contracts into they. So before plural of masculine feminine nouns, we will use they. So la mère des enfants, the mother of the children. So your enfant is with an s. That means it is a plural noun. So your answer would be des. We will now look at the contraction with the preposition a grave. This with the definite article, we will look at the contraction. It translates into to, at or in English. So for example, let's say he speaks, il parle to the boy. A le garçon. Now a plus le, this formation is wrong. It contracts into au. If it was, so now your correct sentence would be il parle au garçon. This is the correct sentence formation. Now let's say instead of the boy, if it was girl. Now you don't have to look at the gender of il. You don't have to look at this. You have to look at the gender after the blank. This noun is what you have to look at. Let's say if it was he speaks to the girl. So this will remain the same. À la. Il parle à la fille. Now let's say he speaks to the man. Again this will remain the same. And the last one would be, let's say he speaks to the children. À les enfants. Now see, enfant is with an S, so it's a plural noun that I am talking about. So this formation is wrong. A plus les will contract into aux. So your correct sentence would be il parle aux enfants. This is the correct sentence formation. So a plus le contracts into o. A plus la remains the same. A plus l apostrophe also remains the same, and a plus le will become o. So this translates into to, at, or in English. So let us look at the examples that they have given in the textbook. A plus le o before masculine singular nouns. He speaks to the boy. A plus la before feminine singular nouns. Il parle à la fille. He speaks to the girl. A plus l apostrophe before masculine and feminine singular nouns or silent age. He speaks to the child. Now see, enfant as such is a masculine singular noun and it's without an S. So it will be a grave plus l apostrophe, and he speaks to the student. In this case, étudiant is again with an E, so it's a female student. But because it starts with a vowel, it will be a grave plus l apostrophe. And a plus les contracts into o. So before plural of masculine and feminine nouns, we will contract a plus les to o, aux. So he speaks to the boys. Il parle aux garçons. Il parle aux filles. He speaks to the girls. So once again, I'll just quickly recap. With the preposition the definite articles, the plus le contracts into du. The plus la remains the same, de la. The plus l apostrophe will also remain the same. It is used in case of any singular noun, whether it's masculine or feminine, starting with a vowel or h. And any noun which is plural, the plus les contracts into they. Now with the preposition a grave. So a plus le will contract into o, au. A plus la remains the same. A plus l apostrophe before any noun, whether it's masculine or feminine, starting with a vowel or h, and a plus les will be AUXO. Now there is a small rule that we have to memorize. In front of proper nouns, there is no contraction. Now what does this mean? So let's take the example, I speak to Riddhi. So, je parle to Riddhi, à Riddhi. There is no contraction before proper nouns. Let's take one more example. She speaks to Aman. So again, before proper nouns, there is no contraction. Your answer will be a grave. Now, the preposition the. Let's say the mother of Riddhi. So again, because this is a proper noun, there is no contraction. It will be de. Now instead of Riddhi, let's say the name was Aman. So the mother, la mère. Now because Aman starts with a vowel a, this de will become d apostrophe. We can look at one more example. The son of Peter, Pierre. Because this is Peter, starting, it's a proper noun, it will be de. instead of Pierre, let's say if it was a proper noun starting with a vowel, if it was Amir, now because Amir starts with A, this will not be DE, it will be D apostrophe. So in front of proper nouns there is no contraction, your answer will be A grave or DE or D apostrophe. Let us look at the examples which are given in the textbook. So before a proper noun, articles are not applied and only the prepositions A grave and DE are used. DE becomes D apostrophe before vowels. I speak to Marie. Je parle à Marie. Je parle à Pierre. C'est le pull de Marie. This is the sweater of Marie. These are the shoes of Peter. So these are all proper nouns. So your answer is DE or A grave. The father of Peter and of Anne. I speak to Peter and to Anne. So this finishes our topic of contracted articles. We will now learn how to ask a question in French. So in this particular chapter, we will learn two ways of asking a question. The first one is intonation and the second one is with est-ce que. So with intonation is basically modulating your voice. So when I say you go to the mall and when I modulate my voice, you go to the mall, it sounds like a question. So in the exam, if they ask you to frame a question by way of intonation, all you have to do is copy the sentence as it is and put a question mark. So let's say, for example, the sentence is Il parle français. He speaks French. Now you have to make this a question by way of intonation in the exam. So what you have to do is you have to copy this sentence as it is. You don't have to make any changes and then you just have to add a question mark. Don't forget to add the question mark, otherwise you will lose your marks. Let's take one more example. Ils habitent à Delhi. They stay in Delhi and you have to frame this, ask a question by way of intonation. You will copy the sentence as it is. Ils habitent à Delhi. This is the easier way of forming. Now the second one is with est-ce que. If you were asked to frame a question by way of est-ce que, then whatever sentence is there, you will write est-ce que first and then you will copy the sentence as it is and put a question mark. Now notice here, there are two vowels, so this will become Q apostrophe. For example, if it was this sentence and you had to frame a question by way of est-ce que, you will write est-ce que. This will also become Q apostrophe since this is starting with a vowel and then you will copy the rest of the sentence as it is. If we take one more example, nous mangions a pizza. We eat a pizza. Now if I have to frame a question by way of est-ce que, I will write est-ce que. Now here I will not make QU apostrophe because this is not starting with a vowel and I'll copy the rest of the sentence as it is and put a question mark. So remember in the exam, if they ask you to frame a question by way of intonation, whatever sentence they have given you, just copy it as it is and then put a question mark. By way of est-ce que, you will write est-ce que. In case if it is il, elle, singular or plural, you will make it QU apostrophe, otherwise it will remain QUE and then copy the sentence as it is and put a question mark. That's it. It's very easy to form questions by these two methods. We will now look at some irregular verb conjugations which have been given. So we will start with venir. It means to come. So the conjugation is je viens, tu viens, il vient, elle vient, nous venons, vous venez, ils viennent, elles viennent. It's completely irregular, so there is no shortcut. You will have to memorize the conjugation. Now they have given you verbs which are similar to venir, are tenir to hold, devenir to become and obtenir to obtain. So if you notice, tenir is basically venir but with a T. Devenir, it is just DE before venir and obtenir is just OB before tenir. So we will look at the conjugation of tenir. Tenir means to hold. So it will just be je tiens. You are basically replacing the V with T. Tu tiens, il tient, elle tient, nous tenons, vous tenez, ils tiennent and elles tiennent. So this is your conjugation of tanir to hold. We can look at one more conjugation, which is obtenir, which is to obtain. Now since this starts with a vowel, this will become J apostrophe. So it will be obtient. It's just OB before tient. Tu obtient, il obtient, elle obtient, nous obtenons, vous obtenez, il obtient and elle obtient. So if you remember the conjugation of vanir, you will be able to do the rest of the conjugations. Then they have given you two more irregular verbs, which is vouloir and pouvoir. Vouloir means to wish or to want. So the pronunciation will be like this: je veux, tu veux, il veut, elle veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, ils veulent, elles veulent. And for pouvoir, it would be je peux, tu peux, il peut, elle peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent, elles peuvent. So this conjugation you have to memorize. There is no shortcut, and these are important verbs from the point of view of the language. We will now look at the comprehension. C'est l'anniversaire de Catherine. It is the birthday of Catherine. Les amis de Catherine viennent ce soir. The friends of Catherine come this evening. Elle veut une nouvelle jupe pour la fête. She wants a new skirt for the party. Alors, elle va dans un grand magasin avec sa mère. So, she goes to a big departmental store with her mother. Elles entrent dans le grand magasin près de la maison et elles vont au rayon de vêtements. They enter in the departmental store near their house and they go to the section of clothes. Bonjour madame, qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Hello ma'am, what is it that you want? Bonjour, je veux une jolie jupe pour la petite. Hello, I want a pretty skirt for the girl. Les vêtements de femmes et de filles sont au deuxième étage. Vous prenez l'ascenseur. The clothes of the female and the girls are on the second floor. You can take the lift. Merci. Thank you. Qu'est-ce que tu veux? Une robe ou une jupe? What is it that you want? A dress or a skirt? Je veux une jupe. I want a skirt. Avec la jupe, est-ce que tu veux un gilet ou un pull? With the skirt, is it that you want a cardigan or a pullover? Je veux ce pull vert. I want this green sweater. Mais c'est trop grand. Tu prends le rose. C'est joli. But it is too big. You take the pink. It is pretty. D'accord. Merci maman. Thank you. Okay. Thank you mama. Tu es contente? Viens ici. You are happy? Come here. Est-ce que tu aimes ces chaussures? Is it that you like these shoes? Oui, elles sont jolies. Yes, they are pretty. Bon, nous achetons ces chaussures aussi. Good, we buy these shoes also. Now we will look at the question. The first question is vrai or faux. La mère de Catherine ne va pas au magasin. The mother of Catherine does not go to the store. It is false. They go together. So faux. Catherine aime la couleur rouge. Catherine likes the red color. It is false because she has picked up something in green color. So faux. Les robes de filles sont au troisième étage. The dresses of the girls are on the third floor. Again it is faux because they are on the second floor. Catherine achète une robe. Catherine buys a dress. False because she buys a skirt. So faux. Catherine est contente de sa jupe. Catherine is happy with her skirt. It is vrai because it's mentioned here that she is happy. In the second exercise, we have to write two adjectives. There's adjectives. So any two adjectives we can write. We could have written joli. We can write grand. Two prepositions. So prepositions we can write près de. We can also write o, au or the. These are all your prepositions. Two names of clothes. So you can write une robe, une jupe, anything. Le nom d'une fleur, the name of a flower. So you can write le rose. The color of the leaves, la couleur des feuilles. So you can write vert, green. The next is responding to the questions. Qu'est-ce que Catherine achète pour la soirée? What is it that Catherine buys for the evening? So she buys a skirt, a pull and some shoes. So you will write Catherine achète une jupe, a pull et les chaussures pour la soirée. Qui vient le soir à la maison de Catherine? Who comes in the evening at the house of Catherine? So her friends come. So you will write les amis viennent à la maison de Catherine. The friends come. So your conjugation would be like this. Les amis come, viennent le soir à la Catherine, à la maison de Catherine. Quelle couleur préfère Catherine? What color Catherine prefers? So in this, it's in her hand, it is written green, but she ends up buying pink. So you can write la couleur, Catherine préfère la couleur verte. At the bottom, they have given you a male and a female and a list of clothes along with it. You will have to memorize this vocabulary related to the clothes of male and female. We will now look at certain exercises. The first exercise is complete with du, de la, del apostrophe, de, the and d apostrophe. So basically a contraction with the preposition the. Let's look at the first sentence. The brother, le frère dash an a médecin. Now after the blank, the first word is an. It's a proper noun and it starts with a vowel. So your answer would be d apostrophe. There is no contraction before proper nouns. The second one is c'est la table dash professeur. Now professeur is masculine singular. So your answer would be du. Third one, où est la mère dash enfant. So here again enfant is starting with a vowel. It's singular. So your answer would be del apostrophe. Regardez la image dash livre. Livre is masculine singular. So your answer is du. Viola la maison dash grand-mère. So grand-mère is feminine singular. Your answer would be de la. Next, c'est le manteau dash manuel. Manuel is a proper noun. So in front of proper nouns there is no contraction. So your answer would be de. The. Qui a le cahier dash étudiante. Now étudiante in this case is feminine because it ends with an e. But since it starts with a vowel, your answer would be del apostrophe. C'est le chapeau dash homme. Homme in this case is masculine singular, but since h is treated as a vowel, your answer would be del apostrophe. Voici la cravate dash étudiant. Now this étudiant is male because it is without an e, but since it starts with a vowel, your answer would be del apostrophe. Où sont les manteaux dash filles. So here fille is with an s, so it's a plural noun, so your answer would be des. C'est le frère dash petite fille. So this is a feminine singular noun. So your answer would be de la, D-E-L-A. The next exercise is the contraction with the preposition égrave. Elle donne le disque dash Marie. So this is again Marie is a proper noun. So your answer would be égrave. Manuel parle dash jeune fille. So this is a feminine singular noun. Your answer would be à la, égrave, L-A. Il parle dash elle. This is a singular noun, masculine singular noun. So your answer would be égrave, L apostrophe since it starts with a vowel. Je montre des photos dash grand-mère. Grand-mère is feminine singular. So your answer would be égrave, la, à la. Les garçons parlent dash fille. Fille in this instance is a plural noun because it ends with an S, so your answer would be AUX. Je donne des chocolats dash garçon. Garçon is with an S, so it's a plural noun, so your answer is DES. Donnez le journal dash grand-père. Grand-père here is a masculine singular noun, so your answer would be AU. Les elves disent bonjour dash professeur. Professeur is masculine singular, so your answer is AU. La mer dit une histoire dash enfant. Enfant is singular here, and because it starts with a vowel, your answer would be A grave L apostrophe. Marie montre sa robe dash ami. Now ami here is with an S, so your answer would be AUXO. Qui parle dash feed du professeur. Now fee is feminine singular, so your answer would be ala, A grave LA. Est-ce que vous parlez dash Mark. Mark is a proper noun, so your answer would be A grave. Then on page 87, exercise 4, it is basically your conjugation. So you have to conjugate vouloir, venir, pouvoir. All these conjugations are there in the chapter. The next one is transform into questions by utilizing est-ce que. So let's look at some of them. Marguerite a un chat. So how will you transform this into a question with est-ce que? We will write est-ce que and then we will copy the entire statement. If we look at the next one, vous aimez le théâtre. So how will we convert this? We will write est-ce que and we will copy the rest of the sentence as it is. Next one is Maria et Sophie sont italiennes. So we will write est-ce que and then copy the rest of the sentence as it is. Next one is il ne prend pas le petit déjeuner. So we will write est-ce que. In this instance, we will make it QU apostrophe since it's il is starting with a vowel, and then we will copy the rest of the sentence as it is. And the last one is nous allons au cinéma. So we will write est-ce que and we will copy the entire sentence as it is. Then on the next page, you have to frame the sentences from these jumbled words. So the first one is les Patricia long shower a. So your sentence would be Patricia a les shower long. Patricia has long hair. Cousin la de s'appelle Luc Marie. So this cousin is with an E, so that means this cousin is a female. So your answer would be the cousin of Luc is called Marie. So la cousin de Luc s'appelle Marie. Des achetons nous chapeaux. So we buy, nous achetons des chapeaux noirs, some black hats. Au homme son deuxième vêtement étage les deux. So basically a sentence would be the clothes of the men are on the second floor. So it will look like this. Les vêtements d'homme are on the second floor. So this finishes our lesson number 7. Thank you.